All right, so another football fundamentals. And today, taking a look at the three tech in football. So this could be college football, could be Canadian football, could be American football. Wherever they play 11 on 11, you're probably going to see a three tech, most notably in a four-man alignment. But we'll get into that in a second. So typically, you'll see these videos done with New Orleans Saints highlights and New Orleans Saints film. Not the case today. I feel like it'd be just too disrespectful if I did a football fundamental and a teaching about a three tech and did not use the guy that is not only the best at his position, but maybe the best player in national football right now, Aaron Donald. I know everybody's going to love on the offense. I got to give the defensive lineman love. This man is the best defender in the league right now. He has an argument for being the best player. So we're going to take a look at him in a run play and a pass play. Your three technique is traditionally a pass rushing defensive tackle, usually your best interior rusher. We're also going to take a look at inside the pylon. Everybody knows we like to have a little reading as we do these because reading grows the brain cells. You guys need some brain cells. We all need some brain cells. And we're going to get some today thanks to Inside the Pylon. If you've never checked them out, go to Inside the Pylon's website, which is insidethepylon.com, and check out their glossary. Some of the things I teach, you can actually go learn preemptively and then come in the comments and be like, I already knew this. If you go to insidethepylon.com and check out the glossary. It's actually pretty cool. Pretty important. Check it out. Transition. Da-na-na-na. I have to do my own sound effects because I can't afford production. So, three technique. An alignment and technique designation for interior defensive linemen. A three technique defensive lineman aligns on the outside shoulder of an offensive guard in the B gap between the guard and tackle. The player is responsible for controlling and or penetrating that gap, the B gap. So he's a one gap player. So we've talked about like zero technique nose tackles could be two gap players in like a 3-4 scheme. Not in this case. One gap, one responsibility. The three technique is typically a defense's premier interior pass rusher, relying on a combination of power, speed, and quickness to beat potential double teams and get to the quarterback. The three technique is commonly used in a 4-3 scheme. You're not going to see it a lot in three-man front, but you can at times where you might see a 0 and 2 3s. More typically, you see maybe a 0 and 2 4-eyes or a 0 and 2 5s. That's different stuff for different day. I'm just throwing out numbers and sounding confusing, so pay attention to what we're talking about. If you would like, real quick, on this article from Inside the Pylon, they're using Geno Atkins. So this gives you another frame of reference that you can look at, showing where he lines up, how he plays, and giving you some example of some tape from various three techs. So make sure you check out Inside the Pylon because we like to see the written word. It increases our brain cells. Use that. But let's get over to what you really came here for, the tape. Let's look at the tape. Let's go ahead and pull up this Aaron Donald. We're going to get this end zone angle going. And let's see what this man can do. Just nasty. So, there's your sack and a strip fumble, and he just makes it look really easy. For those who don't know, Jaguars didn't have a god-awful offensive line. It's not like he's not bull rushing me. But watch the technique. So he's going to come here. He's kicked out a little bit just to get a little bit extra on this bull rush. Look at the angle he comes at. Great interior hand placement. Look at the punch right there. Drive up. And now look what he's going to do. Now that he's got it, we're going to rip underneath, get through, and bye-bye Blake Bortles. That football, all your football now belongs to us. All your hand egg now belongs to us. And this is just all Aaron Donald being just a better football player than anybody at the position. Fantastic. Gets it up there. Big play. Let's go forward. These videos, there's no reason for this thing to be long. You know what it's going to be. So let's get to the next play. And this is against the run. You're going to see him as a three technique. And just watch him use just his amazing athletic ability. Burst upfield, tackle for loss, disrespectful. Might as well have teabagged the guy like we're playing Call of Duty. Just nutso insane. So as you can see, he's lined up right here. This is the B gap for all those who need a quick refresher. For those who don't remember, we start off measuring from the center. So everything after that, we've got assignment. So that's your A. That's your B. That's your C. If there's a tight end here, there would be a D there. So there's your gap system. We talked about me on the outside shoulder. Well, you see him in the outside shoulder. He's almost fully in the gap here, similar to how he extended a little bit in the last play that we saw, where he was almost playing as a 4-eye right above the tackle. You're just going to see him here. Let's watch it full speed from this end zone angle. And they're trying to run a little zone play here and he just is just too quick. It's funny though, if you go back and watch the football fundamental I did about trap block, it's almost like he does the same thing to the guard. So on the offense, they'll run a trap block, so they'll catch you unaware, and the defense is just looking like what happened. Well, here he moves so quick, he crosses the gap, crosses right there the face, and that guard is on the floor. Ridiculous how quickly he does that. But this is one of the ways that, as a three tech, how you can defend the run. Usually, if they're an interior pass rusher, they're going to be a better athlete. They're going to be very strong, very fast, and they might even be around 285 pounds. A lot of three techs you'll find in the league are under 300 pounds. And one of the benefits to that is being a faster, more agile player, able to do some of these things, whether that be a quick one-step transition to the opposite gap where you swim over the top, or maybe it's a quick rip move, or whatever. If you're Aaron Donald, you got just a litany of things that you can try. This is just a quick swim over the top and crossing over. And you got to wonder, I mean, is he seeing a tell here from the guard? The guard's hand doesn't look like it has a ton of power on it, but it's hard to see. He even gets a little bit of a head start here. Maybe he's reading the guard and seeing, okay, he doesn't have a lot of pressure on his hand. Maybe he's about to move out, move east to west. And that's something that a lot of players look for, is based on how that, offensive lineman is playing. So maybe that's what Aaron Donald's doing here. He's reading the offensive lineman, seeing that he's got a wider set, seeing that he's not got pressure on that hand, and he's saying, this guy's about to pull out on me on zone. And he just goes, whoop, right on past him. Tackle for loss. And let's read what inside the pylon said. Real quick, we're not making this a super long video. Reread this paragraph with me. An alignment and technique designation for interior defensive lineman. A three-technique defensive lineman aligns on the outside shoulder. We just saw that of the offensive guard in the B gap. Remember your gaps. Something key to note there is he has got a one-gap assignment, which is critical in that this is your interior pass rusher. This is the guy that you want focusing on rushing the passer. So if you gave him a two-gap assignment, which would be, let's say it's the A gap and the B gap. Well, he can't rush upfield on that situation because he has to monitor what's happening. He has to read how the play's going. He doesn't want to get caught, on the back side of a run because he's rushing upfield through the A gap when it's running into the B gap. So he has to watch what he's doing in a two gap. In a one gap system, you have a little bit more freedom to move. Yeah, no other way to put it. You can get upfield a little bit quicker. You can, as long as you're containing and maintaining your gap and you hold gap integrity, you get to go at it a little bit quicker. And that's one of the benefits of being in a one-gap position like the three-tech provides. And as you saw, Aaron Donald used that to his advantage. Burst upfield, which is an insane amount of power and speed and quickness for a guy that's almost 300 pounds. It's just insane to me. I can't move that well, and I'm 235. Here's the key, though. And I like to highlight this. So the three-tech is typically a defense's premier interior pass rusher. One of my favorites of all time, New Orleans Saints Leroy Glover. Just look at the stat sheet. Go to Pro Football Reference, check out his box score. Insane. Relying on a combination of power, speed, and quickness. And that's the key, though. It's all three. So it's not just a guy who's fast. It can't just be a guy who's powerful. It can't just be a guy who's quick. You got to have the combination of all things to truly be good. Just like Geno Atkins display, just like Aaron Donald here display that we looked at here. You got to be able to have the combination of all these things to be a truly elite three-tech, because it's difficult to beat these guys on power. These 330 guards in terms of weight, and the fact that most of these guys are pretty quick, it's tough to beat that. But you also got to be able to be quick. For example, we didn't watch the play, but we've talked about trap blocks before. Go back and watch the video that we did on a trap block. Imagine doing a trap on Donald. Well, one thing I've noticed on him, Donald recognizes a trap block and defends it. How do you do that? Trap block is designed to beat you on that play. So not only is he good from an athletic side of play, the mental side for Aaron Donald is there. He studies the game. You can tell that he's a student of the game. It just shows off. I'm just sitting here bragging about Aaron Donald now. Dude's absolutely phenomenal. But that's the basic of the three-tech for all you guys out there. So this is today's football fundamental. And every team generally that runs a four-man front has got a guy dedicated to this position. For the New Orleans Saints, Sheldon Rankins is that guy, and David Onyemata can also play the three technique. We mentioned Geno Atkins. There's plenty of other guys, a litany of guys you can add to the list. Check out on your team. If you're not a Saints fan, check out. Look who's lining up on that outside show of the guard. Is he typically coming in on those passing sets, being utilized to rush the passer, and how well is he doing comparing to the best Aaron Donald? And don't be depressed that you don't have Aaron Donald. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, drop a subscribe, follow everything, and if you really like us, why don't you think about donating on Patreon, PayPal, maybe. I'll even get Cash App if you need. If you want to send me a casserole, My freezer's empty. If you want to send me some gumbo, love a good gumbo, even seafood gumbo, send whatever. If you want to send your recipe to make your best homemade roux so we can start it, send me that too. Love all y'all. God bless. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.